Alright, Karina baby, for the 30th, it's Mr. Marzipan Magic Wand. Mr. Marzipan was a bit of a wizard. He could make things larger or smaller just by tapping them with his magic wand. On one end made things grow, and the other end made things shrink. But one day, while he was out shopping, the wizard dropped his wand. A little puppy named Fudgy happened to see it and picked it up. Fudgy thought it was a stick to play with. The puppy ran along the sidewalk with one end sticking out of his mouth. Tap, 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 Mr. Marzipan's wand knocked against the shop on Main Street. The shops shrunk and to the size of a dollhouse. Then Fudgy trotted off to the park. Tap, tap, tap went the wand at the other end. Brushed against some trees. The trees grew enormous. So did the birds sitting on the branches. They were as big as airplanes. It didn't take long before Mr. Marzipan to discover what had happened. The wizard soon spotted Fudgy among the great giant trees. Please give me my wand, he said. I'll give you a reward for finding it. Fudgy dropped the wand and Mr. Marzipan changed everything back to its proper size. Then the wizard took the puppy to the butcher shop to buy him a large bone. I've only got a small one left, I'm afraid, said the butcher. Well, I bet you can guess what happened next, can't you? That's right. Tap, tap, tap. Mr. Marzipan turned that one bone into the biggest one ever. Fudgy took all week to finish it. So he rewarded him for stealing his wand. That's what happened there. Oh. Alright, baby. Tomorrow is the last one for the end of the book, but we started the book in April on the 11th is when I started reading books to you. I don't remember if we started this on April the 11th or not. So we have a couple more months before we actually finish out this book. It's just the end of this one for tomorrow. But it's not over. Alright. Let's go into our poems book. In the House of Darkness. When the night is cloudy and the mist hangs on the hill, there's a ghostly footstep and voices thin and shrill. Nothing will you looking show you in the dark. If the door is opened, but harden heart. In the hours of darkness, throwing from their camp, dark and ghostly goblins flicker by the lamp. Listen to their laughter at the flicker by the lamp. When the rain is falling and the night is bleak, something moves the knocker and makes the hinges creak. Sometimes on the window a weaving shadow falls. Sometimes clammy whispers echo through the halls. They lure you with sweet voices when you should be in bed. Something creaking behind you, something creaking ahead. Something gaze at you from behind a tree. But if you look around you, nothing will you see. In the House of Darkness, throwing from their camps, dark and ghostly goblins flicker by the lamps. Listen to their laughter as they flicker by the lamp. How to tell goblins from elves. The goblin has a wider mouth than any wandering elf. The saddest part of this is that he brings it on himself. From hanging in the willow clump in baskets made of shelves, you may see the baby goblin under coverlets of leaves. They suck a pink and pudgy fruit. they suck a pink and pudgy foot as human babies do. And then they suck the other one until they're sucking too. And so it is that Goblin's mouth keep growing very round. So you can't mistake a goblin when a goblin you have found. Next is Overheard on a Saltmarsh. Nymph, nymph, what are your beads? Green glass goblin, why do you stare at them? Give them to me, give them to me, give them to me. No! Then I will howl all the night in the reeds, lie in the mud and howl for them. Goblin, why do you love them so? They are better than stars or water, better than voices of winds that sing, better than man's fair daughters, your green glass beads on silver ring. Hush, I stole them out of the moon. Give me your beads, I want them. No, I will haul in a deep lagoon for your green glass beads. I love them so. Give them to me, give them to me. No. Faith, I wish I were a leprechaun. Faith, I wish I were a leprechaun beneath a hawthorn tree. A goblin of wee magic boots, eaten luscious lovely fruits. Oh, fumble-dum, oh, fumble-dee. I wish I were a leprechaun beneath a hawthorn tree. Faith, I wish I were a leprechaun beneath a hawthorn tree, a hawthorn sitting into the eyes of young and old and dull and wise, a fiddle-dum, a fiddle-dee. I wish I were a leprechaun beneath a hawthorn tree. Faith, I wish I were a leprechaun beneath a hawthorn tree, with no more some things to do, than sew a small bewitching shoe. Oh, fumble-dee, oh, fiddle-dee, oh, fumble-dum, oh, fiddle-dee, I wish I were a leprechaun beneath a hawthorn tree. Could it have been a shadow? What ran under the rose bush? What ran under the stone? Could it have been a shadow running away alone? Maybe a fairy shadow slipping away at dawn to guard a gleaming pot of gold for a busy leprechaun. The mermaid. I who would be a mermaid fair, singing alone, combing her hair under the sea in a golden curl, with a comb of pearl on a throne. I would be a mermaid fair, I would sing to myself the whole of the day. I would comb of a pearl, I would comb my hair, and still I would sing and say, who is it that loves me? Who loves me not? I would comb my hair till the rivulets would fall, low adown, from under the starry sea, bud crown, low adorn, and I should look like a fountain of gold, springing alone with a shrill inner sound over a throne in the midst of the hall, till the great sea shrank under the sea, for he coiled sleeps in the central deeps, would slowly trail himself sevenfold round the hall where I stay and look in at the gate with a large calm face for the love of me, and all the mermen under the sea would feel their immortality die in their hearts for the love of me. But at night I would wander away, I would fling on one side and low floating locks, and lightly vault from the throne and play with the merman in and out of the rocks. We would run to and fro and hide and seek on the broad seawards in the chrism shell, whose silvery spikes are nightest at sea. But if any come near, I would call and shriek and adorn the steep. Like a wave, I would leap from the diamond ledge with jut from the dulls, for I would not be kissed by all who would list of the bold, merry merman under the sea. They would sue me for woe is me, and flatter me, and the purple twings under the sea, but the king of all would marry me, woo me, and wed me, and marry me, in the brushing jessups under the sea. When all the day peed things that be, and the hueless mosses under the sea would curl round my silver feet silently, all looking up for me to love thee. And if I should quarrel around from aloft, and things that are forked and horned and soft would lean out from the hollow sphere of the sea, all looking down for the love of me. Next is the merman. Who would be a merman bold, sitting alone, singing alone, under the sea with a crown of gold on a throne. I would be a merman bold, I would sit and sing the whole of the day, I would fill the sea halls with a voice of power at night. I would roam abroad and play with the mermaids in and out of the rocks, dressing their hair with the white sea flower and holding them back for their flowing locks. I would kiss them often under the sea, and kiss them again till they kissed me. Laughily, and then we would wander away to the pale sea grove, straight and high, chasing each other merrily. Is this the same person who wrote this? I don't think it is. It's funny how they're so similar, though. Oh, no, they are. Okay, that's Alfred Tennyson. Next is a sea wolf. The fishermen say, when your catch is done, and your sculling in white and tide, you must take good care that the sea wolf's share is tossed to him over sea. Then they say that the sea wolves ride by day, unseen on the crested waves, and the sea mist rise in his cold green eyes. When he comes from he sits, the salt sea craves. And the fishermen say, when it storms at night, and the great sea blows and roars, that the sea wolf rides on the flooding tides, and you hear his howls at the door. And you must throw over your door at once, and fling your catch to the waves, till he drags his share to his cold sea lair, straight down in his sea salt cave. Then the storms will pass, and the sea's stars shine in peace, so the fishermen say, but the sea wolf's waters by the cold sea gate for a dawn of another day. Alright, baby. That's where I'm going to stop for today. Tomorrow we're going to start on the unicorn. I love you, and I miss you so much, Karina. I miss you so much, baby. It hurts. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to hold you. I can't wait to bring you places. I can't wait to just learn more about you. That's what mamas do. Mamas learn about their babies every single day. Right? Every single day you discover something new, and you learn something new, and you change your opinion and your mind about things. I want you to think for yourself. I don't want you to think like me. I don't want you to think like Papa. I want you to think for yourself. Because you don't have the same thoughts as me or Papa. I don't have the same thoughts as anybody. Your Papa has not the same thoughts as anyone else. Like, we're all supposed to think for ourselves. Yes, we learn from each other, and we get experiences from one another, and it's a beautiful thing. But what you actually like is what you like, and what you don't like is what you don't like, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have to be who you just are. You only get one life. You get one body. This body, it's your home, and you have to take really good care of it, and you have to make other people take really good care of your home, too. Like, don't let anyone hurt you. Don't let anyone hurt you. You live your life, but you don't hurt yourself, you don't hurt others, and you try not to let other people hurt you. And it's hard because you can't control what anyone else does. You can only control what you do. And Mama is so big on behavior, I know. Because behavior is so important, right? you dress properly and you do things properly and you protect your home, you protect your body. You have to. No one else is going to protect you for you. You have to protect yourself, right? So you have to dress properly, you have to eat properly, you have to take your vitamins, you have to drink lots of water, you have to do the right things for your home. You have to have good bacteria in your stomach. It's so important. It's so important to have the proper probiotics for your body, and to have the proper glasses, and to have, you know, the proper way to brush your teeth and to do it properly. So this way you're not, you know, you're flossing and you're brushing your teeth, and then, you know, you're water flossing, and like, you have to take good care of your teeth. Your teeth are so dependent on your heart and the rest of your body. A lot of your health comes from your mouth and from your gut. So what your mouth, the way that you're taking care of your teeth and your mouth and the way that you're eating, so much of your health comes from that alone, because what you're eating is what you're bringing into your body, and what you're breathing is what you're bringing into your body, and what you're drinking is what you're bringing into your body. You have to be careful of your environment, you know. You really do. I miss you so much, honey. I miss you so much. Oh, say, oh, playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, shout down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore, more. It was a sunny day, she could not go out to play. She said with tearful eyes, my dolly's got the flu. Boo hoo 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 hoo. I ain't got no rain barrel, I ain't got no cellar door, but we'll be jolly friends forevermore, more. There you stand in your dungarees, looking all grown up and so very pleased. When you write your poems, you have so much to say. When you speak your dreams, it takes my breath away. I know you want to be... Oh, I don't remember how it goes. I have to re-listen to the song eventually. I haven't listened to that song in such a long time. Know you want to be... The second one's a doctor. What's the first one? A writer girl. Maybe. I don't remember. Honey. I'd have to look it up. Oh, let's do Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound that would save a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace my fears relieved. How precious was that grace thus far, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, snares, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. And baby, I just love you. And don't forget to take care of your entire body. Take care of your feet too. Don't forget to take good care of your lovely feet. Your feet walk around all day, every day, taking good care of you, right? They're walking, they're moving, your legs are moving, your arms are moving. Take good care of your body from head to toe. Brush your hair every day, brush your teeth every day, take a shower, drink lots of good water, take good probiotics for your stomach, take good care of your feet, do the little nail clippers on your toesies, have Papa help you put your toesies in your hands, so this way you're not accidentally poking anybody with your nails. Ooh, right? Take good care of your entire body. Your entire body needs love. And don't forget to be grateful for your body. Say thank you for your feet for carrying you around all day, and thank you for your heart for working, and thank you for your mind for being amazing, right? You're amazing. You're absolutely amazing. And don't forget to just be grateful for all the little things that you have in life. You have a roof over your head. You have food in your stomach. You have 2 parents that love you incredibly much. Incredibly much, baby. I love you incredibly much. I just can't wait to see you. I love you, baby. I get to see you every day all through my room, but I don't get to hold you. You're all over my room, and I love you so much. I miss you so much. I had you every single second of the day. I took you everywhere. We were going to the farms to go play in the sand pits. We were going everywhere. We were going to see plays at the parks and in the libraries, and we were going to all the first Fridays everywhere. We'd go from one First Friday to the next. We'd wind up at the last First Friday to see fireworks, and it was all free. It was all free. We were seeing everything. We were doing everything. We went to all the Christmas plays and the concerts. Everything was free. It was just absolutely amazing. All we needed was dates and times, and Mama would take you places. Wherever you wanted to go. Whatever I could bring you to, so that you could have a new experience, so you'd learn about something new that was going on in the world. Because we were doing so many books, and it was great for you to see the instruments in the books, but it was even better for you to see them in person, you know, and hear them in person. And we were doing museums in the books, but it was good to see you go to the museum and look at the paintings and actually see the stuff, you know. Mama's I need to be places to really experience it, so like I just transfer that into everything that we were doing every day. Whatever it is that I thought would be a good experience for you, I brought you there. You got to see artwork. You were still so little for your first museum trip. You were so little. Your second one, you were a little bit bigger, but your third one, you're obviously a little bit bigger than that, you know? You went to museums, though. You went to movies in the park. You went to concerts in the park. You went to the bounce houses and to A-days, and you went to everywhere, just everywhere to see. You got to see the Bubble Man. You got to see cows and hens, and you got to see everything, and you were just so little. You were on 3 camping trips already. By the time that you were 2 years old, you went on 3 camping trips already. That's amazing, right? And that would have just continued. It would have just continued. I'm so sorry that it didn't. But it will. It'll continue again. We'll go on camping trips, and we'll do survival nights, and we'll do let's make a list of 10 things that we think that we need to survive, and let's see how we fare out and do. Mama will always have everything that we need in the car. Mama packs the car all the time. But, we'll have the towels and the sleeping bags and the tents and the pajamas and the swimsuit outfits that we need in the car. Everything's already still in the car. Everything that you could possibly need. First aid kits. Always just be prepared for life, baby. That's something that my father taught me. And my father taught us how to live out of a car when we were little. Because he thought that it would be a good idea to go down to New York and spend the weekend in the car, and we would take showers at the gas station. We'd stop at the gas station and take a shower in the sink, and, we'd have meals in the car. We would have rice in the car, and we had a little propane stove. And we would stop when we were in New York City. There's a bunch of little fruit stands and veggie stands. They don't really have that as much in Philadelphia, but they have the stands, and you leave the car, and you go and you get food from the stand in the morning. You get your lemons and your limes, and, you know, your broccoli and your carrots and stuff like that. And you mix your broccoli and your carrots and your mushrooms and your meat in with the rice that, you know, my father would take with us, and we would put it into the serving bowls, and we'd cook it up, and then we'd, you know, start, divvy it out to everybody. We always had peanut butter and jelly and bread in the car. That was a staple in the car that we always had. We always had those little pies in the car, those travel pies that we would just get from the food market. And I always loved pickles, so we would go to Aldi's, and that's where we'd pick out a lot of our car staples from. Our flour and our sugar and our coffee. And, you know, my father would drink coffee in the morning, so we'd always have coffee for him. I don't even drink coffee now. Mama doesn't drink coffee at all. I think it's gross. But, you know, it's just, we always made sure we had everything that we needed in the car. And that was even when we weren't going to New York for the weekend. That's why I'm so much like my father. Like, my father raised me from I was little until I was 12 when he died. And, you know, a lot of the stuff that he taught us was just imprinted on me so much, because I was with him all the time when I was little, because I was helping take care of him because he was so sick. And it was just, you know, my papa was amazing. Just like, you know, I picked a pretty good papa for you, I think. He's incredibly smart anyway. And I wanted you to get that intelligence. I wanted you to be smart. But there's different types of smart. My father used to tell us that all the time. There's different types of smart. It's not just all about the book smart. So it's also just about being able to survive in any situation. My father used to tell us, if you could survive one place, you could survive anywhere. It doesn't matter where you're at, because you're still you. Right? You have to do what you have to do to survive. And that's just the facts of life. You really do. And there's no shame in that. You do what you have to do in order to survive. Whether that means that you're living out of your car, or going to food pantries, or going to... You treat everyone the same, because everyone's made up the same stuff. I don't care what someone physically looks like. It's not about the physical. It's about the heart. Alright? It's about their heart. And you love on people, baby. And let people love you. Because it's about the heart. It really is. Alright, I'm just rambling about stuff. I just want to talk to you. I just miss you. I just miss you so much. And I can't wait to see you. And I can't wait to bring you places and do things with you. Let's do Lila Tove. Lila Tove, and good night to you. Lila Tove, may your dreams come true. We sing Lila Tove, may Israel protect you throughout the night, until we reach the morning light. I sing that song to you every single night, because I sang it to you every single night as the last song that I used to sing to you before. Like, you would already be pretty much out by the time I'd sing Lila Tove to you. But it was just a consistent song that we sang every single night. It was usually Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, because that was one of your favorite songs. Mom would ask you, well, what do you want me to sing to you? And say, swing low, sweet chariot. And that's how you would start it. And I'd pick you up, and we'd sit in the glider together, and I'd just rock you and feed you and just sing to you. I miss it. I miss you. That was the hardest thing about being separated from you, because I had you constantly. I was constantly holding you in the ergo. I constantly held you. So to have like 30 extra pounds on you every single second of the day, and then all of a sudden you don't, it's just like you're missing a part of yourself. Like, because you're a part of me, Karina, and I miss you. You're a part of me. Like, you're a part of Papa too, and I just miss you. I had you on me constantly. I was constantly holding you. I was feeding you. I was bringing you places. I was doing everything with you. My life, my entire life revolves around you. Even today, my entire life does revolve around you. I think about you constantly. That's what mamas are supposed to do their entire existence when they start having children. It's not about the parents anymore. It's about what you can do to prepare your children to be the best, and just the best that they can possibly be, right? That's what it's all about. That's what life is all about. It's about having kids and helping them to grow up to meet their full potential, whether they want to be housewives like I do, or They want to be career women and, you know, be doctors like you do, and that's okay, because you think for yourself, and that's amazing. Maybe you will be a doctor one day, and that's perfect. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Your grandmother is a career woman, and she loves it. That's how she feels important, and she feels satisfied, and that's amazing. I just don't have that. I just don't have that. But, and that's okay, there's nothing wrong with it. Like that, like my grandmother was a housewife and homemaker, and she loved having babies and raising them. And, you know, some women are able to do one thing, or some women are able to do another thing. Women are very, you know, we're able to do different things, and that's okay. A lot of your life, though, you gotta remember, a lot of your life you're not gonna be paid for all the work that you put into everything that you do. You're gonna do lots and lots and lots of work, so you have to be valued for who you are as a human being by the people around you, because you are eventually going to be doing dishes and doing laundry and taking care of a home and housekeeping, and that is time consuming, and it's a lot of work. It's so much work, and you have to value yourself, and the people around you have to value you too for the work that you do, even if it's not monetary money. Not everything you're going to be paid for. All right? And just be humble in all situations that you are in. It doesn't matter what anyone, it doesn't matter what the situation is. Be humble in all situations. Love yourself, respect yourself, and love and respect other people too. Respect your own privacy, respect their privacy. Respect, you know, your space, respect their space. It doesn't matter who you're around. Be very respectful and be very humble in every situation that you're in. Always pray. Always be curious about the next situation that might be happening. Life is short, and there's no reason to shorten it any more than it already is. So stay humble, and you have to keep moving forward no matter what happens. No matter what happens to you, every single cell in your body is fighting to stay alive. That's something my father used to tell us, because he was sick. And every single cell in his body was literally fighting to stay alive. So he used to tell us, every single cell in your body is fighting to stay alive. You have to fight to stay alive too. Doesn't matter what the situation is, you have to fight to stay alive too. You never quit. That's something else my father used to tell us all the time. What, you're a quitter? You're going to quit now? You never quit. There's no reason to. You have to be curious about your next situation. When I was little, I was a runaway. I used to run away all the time. So one day, I was 6 or 7 years old, and I was packing my bag to run away down the street and hide in the woods and build my fort for the day and not come back, and, you know, bring my packed lunch and my backpack and, you know, come back the next morning. And so my father goes, I'll give you $1 when you get back home. And I turned around and go, I'm not coming home. Why do you think I'm coming home? He looked at me and he goes, because you have no place else to go. And he was absolutely right. I was always home the next day anyway. Like, it doesn't even matter if you're hiding in a tree for the night and sleeping in the woods somewhere. It doesn't matter, because even the next day, you're going to walk back through that door defeated with your backpack with no more food left. And, you know, then you're going to make homemade sandwiches, which were, I used to make bread with mustard, with mozzarella cheese chunks, with chips, and mash them together and walk around the house and say I made homemade sandwiches for everybody. But, like, oh my gosh, there's nowhere else to go. And he was so right. There's nowhere else to go. It doesn't matter what's happening at your house. And, you know, when I grew up, it was hard. It was a hard life. And a lot of people had it hard. A lot of people still have it hard. You have it hard, baby. I know you do. But you're loved. You're so loved. But there's nowhere else to go besides from sticking things out. And that's really what it's about. You have to stick things out. And you have to, you know, build and grow your character with every single situation that you're in. I think that's what God's trying to do. Like, you know, present you in certain situations to see how you fare out. Like, there's a saying about a coffee bean that you add water, you heat it up, and you add a coffee bean to it, and what's going to happen? Like, are you going to be that bean that flavors the water? You know, like, there's that phrase in that saying. But you have to be okay in every situation that you have. You have to be content within yourself. Be content within yourself. Because life is going to throw everything at you anyway. So you have to just be content and be curious about the next situation that you could possibly be in. It could be the best situation of your life. And even if you wind up sleeping underneath the bridge somewhere because you're homeless and, you know, you have no car now and, you know, the shelter isn't open for another week for, you know, people, and then you go back in a week and they tell you to come back in 3 days because they have no paperwork, and then you come back in 3 days and they tell you you don't have a spot, and then all of a sudden, like, your friend has a place where you can stay. Like, it doesn't matter what situation that you're in. You have to wait and be curious about the next situation, because that might seem bleak, right? Say you're sleeping outside underneath the bridge. That might seem bleak. It might seem like the worst situation of your entire life. But imagine the other people that you can meet and learn from and grow from, right? And then, you know, finding out that you could stay somewhere. It's okay. Everything turns out to be eventually okay. But you have to wait to get to that okay situation. And even though you're not completely fine because you don't have everything that you want, doesn't mean that you're not going to be okay again soon. Right? I'm going to be with you again soon. Eventually. It's going to happen. It has to happen. I love you. You're my baby. I've had you. Like, there's no reason for any of this. So I will eventually see you. I will see you soon, I hope. And I just have to stay curious for my next situation and my next situation and my next situation, because things will eventually get better. Yes, I'm content in my situation. I'm so blessed. Mama is so blessed. Like Papa used to say, I have the best of luck and I have the worst of luck all in the same time. And that happens. That happens to a lot of people. I hope that you get the best of luck from me without the worst of luck. And, like, you know, it's going to be okay. I hope that you get contentment from me. I hope that you feel content in all situations. I hope that I could teach you enough things about life where you're just like, I'm content and I'm curious about my next situation. And everything's going to be okay eventually. I hope that you keep that hope and you keep the faith that, you know, God will take care of you, because God will take care of you. You're not, like, you're a Jew. you're blessed. No matter what, you're blessed. I love you, baby. I love you so much, and I miss you so much. Like Papa used to say, Mama's Papa's son, Papa's my moon, and you're my rainbow baby. You're our rainbow baby. And I love you no matter what. I will always love you no matter what, my angel. I get to see you every single day. See you in the photos in the background? That's you. That's all you. That's my baby. I miss you. I miss you so much.